Hey, Game & Watch. It's time to get some work done. Feeling better today. It was kind of hot yesterday. Hold on, I gotta close some windows. Okay, sorry about that. Guy running a hedge trimmer outside. Alright, let's see here. Oh, and we already got laggy juice. Hey man. Laggy juice is a great name. I should call my beer laggy juice. Alright, let's okay, so last we left off, we just set up the cash and savings print lines for our doodad, which is good. We got kind of some stuff today, like kind of some big, heavy-hitting stuff. I don't want to save any of this stuff. I don't think it's going to be useful to us. Alright, so let's go back here. Well, actually, let's just keep this over here. That way we can just flip to it. Make new buttons to... Oh, right. So cash buttons. Yeah. So let's do that. I don't think that. I like it. Alright, so let's see here. Just do that. Alright. Yeah, so we were kinda in the middle of I don't know, really tired all of a sudden, so I didn't really feel like yeah, no problem, man. So I didn't feel like doing this properly, but we got this new sprite, yeah, for deposits, and then we've got a sprite for cancel deposits. And I was debating whether or not it is a button. Yeah, here we go, object button deposit. All right, so let's and I think we even set this up, right? Like, yeah, okay. For 1/4, yeah, all right. And then at the room start, yeah. Okay. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have our dialog box, our pop-up, create these buttons and place them. But here's the tricky part: is that we don't want it to just have it create these button deposits. Yeah, okay. We don't want to have it create these button deposits, you know, like first thing or whatever when the room's created. We want these buttons to really exist depending on what the game state says, and if the game state is bank deposit mode. So that means we should probably run a script. So let's run this script. Alright. You know what? We gotta measure something out here. So the distance from 51 pixels, and this is like what, 10 pixels? 12 pixels. I kind of don't like that this runs every step, but oh well, what am I gonna do? I sort of just want this to run once and then be done. Okay, you know what? Let's I think we might need a new script. Let me think about it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just thinking. Okay, so when this thing gets created, it has to in turn create these 4 buttons, right? But this object has multiple purposes, and these 4 buttons might not always be applicable, because when I click on this button, it's gonna be this object that pops up, but the buttons might be different. Well, I suppose in the case of withdrawal, the buttons are probably gonna be almost exactly the same. Borrow, repay, pay shark. Okay, I guess those buttons are probably actually all gonna be the same. But for just this room only, I might... What do you think about that? Hold on a second. Later today I need to go to the grocery store because my cat is really hungry and we're out of food for the cat. And so she hasn't eaten since like last night, basically. Okay. Alright. Alright, so, oh, hey, Mark's here. Yeah, so I just explained it. I don't know, I just went over it, but I'll go over it again. I'm gonna wait. Seconds. Okay. I'll do it now. It's weird with the latency. You being like 20 seconds behind. Alright, so here's the deal, Mark. What we got going here is we have this object, you know, this object here, this pop-up object, and it's got this text. We set this text up, that's fine, that's great. And we set this text up, and it's fine, it works great. So now it's time to set up these buttons. And there's a couple interesting problems with setting up these buttons. One is, and I just sort of realized looking at it, like, I want, when I click on these buttons down here, there's going to be a new pop-up, but the title of the pop-up is going to be different. the content down here is probably going to be mostly different. I don't know. It kind of depends on which button you pick. And then these buttons may be different, although in retrospect, or like looking at it now, it actually might, the buttons might actually be the same. So what I'm getting at is I was going to have these buttons be conditional based off of what you press here, but to be honest, like, the nature of the transactions is very similar. Like for deposit, you're taking some of your cash and you're depositing it into your savings. For withdrawal, you're doing the opposite of that. You're taking your savings and you're going to add it to your cash. And for borrow, you're going to have like a loan limit and you're going to add it to your cash, and so on and so forth. And so I think these buttons actually kind of all still apply. So fuck it. You know what? I'm just going to have the object, the object natively just create those buttons, right? So do you think you got it? Did you get the explanation? Oh wait, you don't have audio. Shoot. You don't have audio, do you? I just did all that without, man. Basically, this. Adding the 1/4, 1/2, all cancel buttons to the pop-up object. No, Mark. I don't think he has audio, I just realized. Alright, whoops. Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna just soldier on. Alright, so I've determined then, I don't think, alright, well, whatever. I don't know far enough ahead in my game to know if I'm gonna repurpose this pop-up object. The smarter thing would be to do all this stuff in here, since this script is specific to this context. No, but I kind of figured it out. Well, maybe I'll run it on my phone for audio. Whatevs. No big deal. I just forgot. Okay, so let's go to the object. Let's go, not button deposit, but let's go to our pop-up object. Okay, so our pop-up object is also going to have 4 buttons, and I don't think, yeah, fine. Let's just do it at the create event. So quarter button. Yeah, quarter button equals instance creates layer, and it's gonna have to be on a layer that is always going to be higher. Oh, wait. This is tricky. Maybe I should have it be instance, because the pop-ups on this... You don't want these buttons to be over the dialogue, because that'll look kind of weird. You want these buttons to just be above pop-up, but under dialogue. And I don't know what the depth is. I mean, I know it's 900, but... And the closer to 0, the closer to the camera. So if alright, I want the, alright, so you know what, layer isn't the right one. I'm at work, so I'm in and out anyways. Yeah, I figured. No worries. Holy shit, there's 5 people watching. That's like a personal record. Alright, so instance create layer is actually, I like instance create layer, but I don't know that that's the right one. So we're gonna do depth, instance create depth, and our quarter button is going to be roughly at, what is it? X equals, I guess 12, and Y 51. Sure, let's go with 52. So we have, oh yeah, so title X. Wait, title X is like a. Hold on a second. What's title X? Title X is bbox left plus 10. So hold on, let me look at this. Yeah, no, we could do that. Let's do that. Let's just use title X. So oh well, yeah. All right, title X, and then title Y total. Title Y, but plus, so title Y already has 3, and oh yeah, 51 or so. So let's I guess do 48 plus 48, and then our depth is, so closer to 0 is the bigger, closer to 0, closer to the camera. So let's do a depth of 950. Oh, you know what? I don't know that 950 is going to work for us. There's a reason why. Hi, Stahu. Okay, you know what? Let's in the create event here, which is a little silly, but we need to show a debug message, and that is this: pop-up depth is, and then depth. Okay, great. Let's comment this out for now. I just need to know what the heck our depth ends up being at runtime. And we're just gonna pop-up depth is 900. Okay. It's kind of weird. Like, so all of these are at 900, but then the order that they lie in here then sort of trumps that. Okay, well, that's a little problematic because that means that the dialogue and the pop-up both have a depth of 900, I guess. We could, let's do this. Dialogue, where are you? Go to create. We're gonna figure out what this thing's dialogue depth. Oh, what's up? What about is this game? How did you learn to code in Gamemaker? Okay, so this game is all about trading spices for money. I learned Gamemaker by following the tutorials, watching YouTube tutorials like Heartbeast, and just generally, oh right, and asking questions in the Gamemaker Slack channel, which is very helpful. I should post that link. So GameMakerDevs.slack.com. Very helpful people there. Okay, so anyways, alright, so we need to figure out what our dialogue depth is, so we're gonna do that. I'm a little worried that both are going to report a dialogue of 900. Let's take a look. Pop-up depth, yeah, alright. Not the end of the world, it's just I have to, okay, so what we're gonna do, I guess, in the create event is we're just gonna manually say depth equals 925. I don't think depth is read-only. Let's just double check that though. Depth, when you create an object, when you modify the depth variable in GameStudio 2, manages the built-in layer variable will return -1 and not the layer ID, since managed layers cannot be manipulated through code. Okay, so it sounds like it's fair game. It just gets popped out of the layer prioritization, which I think I'll be fine as long as, because I mean, this is depth 1000. Alright, so I need to stay below 1000, otherwise I start getting into different layer territory. And then this one is, what, depth 800? Okay, so closer to 0. Oh yeah, whoops. So closer to 0, closer to the camera. So actually 925 is the wrong direction. It's further away from the camera. I want this thing to be... In fact, let's just do... I mean, I could do 899. Let's do that. We'll do 899. We're setting the depth of our dialogue box, which is this big box right here, to be closer to the camera than the pop-up. Always and in every condition of things. Give yourself some credit. Python is kind of weird. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, so now that we've set our depth for dialogue, let's go back to this object here, and closer to 0, closer to the camera. Oh, you know what? 899 is not going to work, actually, because we're going to have some stuff. So let's do, I guess, just 890. And then when we go here, I like this song, but I need to turn down the music a little bit. Turn down, there we go. Okay, so now with object pop-up, we can now safely say, alright, quarter button is going to be instance create dev blah blah blah, not 950. We want it to be, so if 900 is where pop-up is at, we want it to be slightly closer to the camera than the pop-up dialog itself. but not so close that it shows up over the dialog box. So 899 I think is going to work. And then the object we want is obj underscore button deposit. Cool. And then we're going to say quarter button dot my type. There you are. Is equal to 0, which I think it is by default, but image index equals my type, and we're looking at, yeah, so this line of code is actually totally unnecessary, but I'm just going to do it anyways, just to be clean. And in fact, let's comment this. Create deposit buttons. So that the 1/4 sprite shows. Alright, half button is equal to instance create depth. We're gonna do title. Alright, so this is gonna title X plus so this is title X right here. A good song. 45 looks like. So let's do that. Title X plus 45. The Y is going to be the same. Title Y plus 48. Our depth is going to be 898. obj underscore button deposit. And then half button dot my type equals 1, so that the 1/2 sprite shows. Cool. All button equals instance create depth title X plus 45 times, well, I guess plus 90. Title Y plus 48. 890. Oh, no. 897. obj underscore. Oh, we got a new guy in chat here. Hello, what's the game? What's the game are you making? I'm from Russia. Hi. Making a spice trading game. Not space. Spice trading game. Just trading. But right now, it's just we're making some buttons in a dialog box, in a transaction dialog pop-up box. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, obj underscore button deposits. Cool. All right. And then the all button dot my type equals 2, so that the all sprite shows. All right. So to be clear about what I'm doing here, let's go to this button here. So this button has this sprite assigned to it, and we're gonna take a look at that sprite as well, or pop that open. So the sprite has 3 images in it: image index 0, image index 1, and image index 2. and in the room start it says our image index is equal to my type. In the create event here, it defaults to my type equals 0. But in our pop-up code, we're saying, hey, let's create a quarter button. It's going to be one of these objects that we just said. But we're going to set my type equal to 0. Then we're going to create another one. We're going to set my type equal to 1. We're going to create another one. We're going to set my type equal to 2. And when you do that, my prediction, I've never done this before, so this is just what I'm predicting. But what I'm predicting is that it's going to show a different image depending on whatever my type says. So, and hopefully I'm right about these depth numbers. I don't know. Did you pay for Gamemaker? Well, yes. Of course I did. Mark. Okay, so yeah, let's run this. Let's run this. I have no idea if this is going to compile or work or crash out or whatever. This could be crazy. We'll see. All right, so okay, you saw already. We got some problems here, but. Right, okay, so I don't know if you saw that. That was real fast, but it was just cycling through. Okay, so that's hilarious. We need to set the image speed. Image speed equals 0 in the create event here, because don't want to cycle through all sprite images. And then these were created, but how do I explain this? Like these weren't. Oh shit! Also, I also need to make these visible false. So visible equals false. Did you guys catch that? Maybe I went too fast. Let me just comment this out, and I'll do it again. It's pretty funny. You guys. Alright, you're gonna have to watch, watch closely. This is going to happen real fast. You see that? So I know my depth numbers are right, but everything else is wrong. So just to be clear, I very much spent my hard-earned money on legitimate licenses for GMS 1.4 and GMS 2. Okay, so yeah, so anyways, so as you can see, we need to make these things not invisible from the get-go, and we also need to have their sprite index, like their sprites, not move. And then we need to update their X locations and Y locations so that they move accordingly. I'm just thinking, hold on. All right, we're gonna do this. Quarter button block. Quarter button dot x is equal to title x. Quarter button dot y is equal to title y plus 48. Half button dot x is equal to title x plus 45, and half button, half button dot y is equal to title y plus 48. Hold on a second. You should call your game Money Grabbing Simulator 2017-2018. Saving that for the sequel. Okay, so all button dot x equals title x plus 90. All button dot y is equal to title y. Come on. Plus 48. Alright, so we're updating those addresses. Alright, I think this should work. These buttons don't do anything, by the way. But yet. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot to do one important thing. So I set them to visible no. We need to go here to our script, and we need to say with obj underscore deposit buttons. No, button deposit. Yeah, there we go. So with all of those objects, we're going to set them to visible equals true. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, let's run that. See how that works. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Walk into the bank. Hey presto. And then placeholder. Yeah, placeholder script. So, and these are all button objects. Their placement's good. Look at that. First, well, not really the first try, but pretty close to the first try. Didn't have any major hurdles or issues. And if I click this button again, yeah, happens again. Cool. Now let's add a cancel button next. We'll come back to these buttons later because they need to actually do a thing, but they just don't have their scripts yet. So we'll give them a script, but let's add a cancel button. So the cancel button has different dimensions, like different size dimensions than the like it's 24 by 20 instead of 40 by 20, and so because it has different sprite dimensions, it's on sprite. It's not loaded. It's not bundled in with these other sprites here. So let's see here. going to be title X plus 134. All right. Okay, so let's create that. There we are. Let's create it. So we don't need dialogue. I think that's dialogue. We don't need that. What am I doing? I need to create a whole new object. Let's go to buttons. And we're gonna go create obj underscore. We'll call it button cancel. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure that this name, button deposit, is a good name because I may be reusing this. I might be reusing this for other purposes other than deposit. In fact, I'm almost certainly going to be doing that. But what do I call it? You know what? Yeah, we're gonna call it a different name. We're gonna call it button move cash, which is sort of like a transaction, but we're gonna do that. And because we just did that, we have to we now broke our game. We just broke it. We need to go to the pop-up and fix it because the pop-up's still looking for something called deposit button. So yeah, see, these turned blue because they're broken. So move cash is what we want. Cash. Yeah. Move cash. Okay. Yeah. All right, there we go. I feel slightly better about that name. I think that name is a bit more true to what that button does. So let's go to button cancel. We can go ahead and assign it a sprite. Let's do that. Whoops, there's 3 T's. I guess it's in bank. Yeah, there it is. Sprite cancel. 24 hours. Object button cancel. Hold on a second. So I need to rename this. There we go. Alright, yeah, let's save it. Okay, so let's give it a parent, and that is going to be buttons, object parent button. So it's going to have a step event. No, it's going to have a create event and a left pressed event. It's going to be expecting those 2 things already off the bat. Alright, so let's okay, so in the create event, init vars, event inherited. We don't want to overwrite anything here yet. This button's probably going to be similar to this one. Visible false, my type equals, so not necessary. It would just be not necessary. Okay, let's just do visible false. That's the only thing that actually we really need to do. Visible equals false. And then, what else do we got? Room start. Alright. We don't need to do that. Like these two things are related to the fact that it has different sub-images depending on what purpose it's serving. So we're just gonna stick to, I guess, visible false. Actually, yeah, that's it for now. This may change later, but let's just stick with that for now. And then, but we do need in the game states here. Let's edit this script, and we need to say, oh, ooh, whoops. We need to change this button move cache. All right, so with underscore obj button cancel. Visible is true. Which, by the way, this script, we need to do the opposite of those things. So with obj underscore button move cache visible equals false. With obj underscore pop-up.
That's the horror of it. It never makes any sense. We want to make sense of things that happen to us, and we can't. And part of dealing with that grief is saying...
we'll get back to this, actually. I have a plan for this. Whoops. But we're not going to do any... move back down.
Well, I got the sense
and then with...
the process itself.
obj underscore button cancel. Okay, so with visible equals false. We need to turn off our buttons when we're no longer using one of these pop-up things. So visible equals false. I suddenly realized that visibility alone might actually not be good, because you can have a button be invisible, but if you click on it, it still does something. So we'll need to turn something else off as well, or at the minimum, well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I just had an interesting thought. I need to, I think, with this object and this object, create a new Boolean called isActive, which is different than active and deactivate, or activate, deactivate. Because I don't really understand that stuff very well. I'd rather have it just be something I create myself, where basically the left click functions don't work if isActive is not true. So I just need to make a mental note for that, actually. Deposit cache with deposit buttons need to be inactive if they are not visible. Yeah, okay.
Still for 6 months. Spiral.
Alright, so,
insomnia, anxiety, depression. When he died, I told myself, only because I knew I had to tell myself, it's not your fault. I knew
a weird song.
I also knew I would never believe it.
Alright, so we're doing this to turn them off. Let's go back here.
The guilt would hit me. I knew the guilt would never leave, but I knew that the rational part of me had to recognize
The hell
the
song
guilt
is
was
this?
irrational. And so I told myself, I
Fragile.
still tell myself, more than 3 years later, it's not your fault.
gonna leave that up and revisit this song later. All right. I'm gonna add a reaction on this. All right. Okay. How long have I been streaming? Almost an hour. All right. Oh. Thought I saw something weird. Never mind. Okay. So. Oh yeah. All right, Mark. I saw some porn in that search history. Doubt it. But okay. That's good stuff. Alright, so let's oh man. Let's go to OBJ button cancel. Actually, no, that's fine. Let's go to OBJ button panel. No, not panel. Dialogue. We need dialogue. Pop-up one. Where's that? Bank. Pop-up. There you are. Okay, so now let's create cancel button equals instance create depth title X plus what is it, 150? 134? Alright. No, it's not 134, it'd be like 124 because title X already adds 10. Alright, title Y plus 48. 896. OBJ underscore button cancel. And we need to make sure that our step event updates that accordingly. So cancel button dot X is equal to title X plus 124 and cancel button dot Y is equal to title Y plus 48. And then I think that's it for, let's see if that runs. Let's see how that works. I'll visit that later. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, what else? New game. Sure. Huh, that's weird. Our buttons went away. Did they not get flipped to visible? Game states. Button move cache, visible true. Button cancel, visible true. Is our state no longer... Why did our buttons disappear on us? Huh, okay. I don't think that our state is building transaction. Huh. I guess it's moving back to building transaction. Alright, I'll have to ponder that later. But I do want to fix one thing here. OBJ underscore pop up. So 124 it is too close. Let's go with 134 like we originally said, or like Photoshop. I should have listened to Photoshop, and we'll take a look at that. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like that placement. That's good. Cash 0, savings 0, yeah. Alright, we're kind of at the 1 hour mark. Basically. Let's call it for now. I'll be back later today, though. And the next stuff is going to be kind of hard, because it's going to be... we're gonna have to figure out how to create this thing right here, and I don't know if I have the wherewithal to do that right now. So I'm gonna run some errands, do some chores, stuff like that, and I'll be back in a couple hours. So thanks guys. See you later.